Paris Saint-Germain battled back from a goal down to lift their first trophy of the season as they overcame Rennes in the French Super Cup. Adrien Huneau gave the French Cup winners the lead in Shenzhen, but Sarabia set up Mbappe, who levelled the match. With less than 20 minutes remaining, Angel Di Maria killed an excellent free kick into the back of the net as Thomas Tuchel's side earned the win. Borussia Dortmund cruised to victory in the German Super Cup with a 2-0 win over Bayern Munich, largely thanks to Jadon Sancho. Despite Bayern dominating in chances and possession, Sancho was in fine form, setting up Paco Alcácer before finding the target himself. Premier League champions Manchester City square off with Champions League winners Liverpool in the season curtain raiser for the Community Shield later today. The Reds manager Jurgen Klopp highlighted that his main concern for the start of the season is regaining the level his team were at the end of the last campaign.
The higher you get, the more difficult is improvement always, but there's still, we have a lot of space for improvement. But it's always like this in football. After a season, after a break, first and foremost, you have to try to reach the level of last year again, if it was a good one, and it was a good one. So that's the first target we have, and when that happened, then you can make the next steps.
In what promises to be a thrilling encounter, both teams will be looking to win the Community Shield and send a message to their Premier League title rivals. Jurgen Klopp spoke ahead of the match.
Yeah, the season starts, so no other competitive game is played probably that weekend in England, so a lot of focus on it probably then. Some people will watch it, and then we have to be ready. That's enough from a motivational point of view. It's nicer to win it than not to win it, but at the end we will not do a parade afterwards. Or nobody told me that. So,
Liverpool will be looking for revenge as they finished second in the Premier League last season in a neck-and-neck campaign that saw them finish just a point behind Manchester City. Tennis, and in a jaw-dropping semi-final, Nick Kyrgios overcame top seed Stefanos Tsitsipas to book his place in the final of the Washington Open. The Australian showman took the first set 6-3, but Tsitsipas battled back, levelling the match at 1 set apiece after Kyrgios appeared to address the crowd in anger. It all came down to a final tiebreak where Kyrgios prevailed, setting up a final against Daniil Medvedev. Red Bull's Max Verstappen secured a long overdue first Formula One pole position in Hungary on Saturday. The Dutchman pipped the Mercedes of Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton, while the two Ferraris start in 4th and 5th. Romain Grosjean outqualified teammate Kevin Magnussen and will start 8th, followed by Alfa Romeo's Kimi Raikkonen. British youngster George Russell had an encouraging performance. Unfortunately, Williams teammate Robert Kubica will bring up the rear once again. To the World Rally Championship, where overall leader Ott Tanak leads after day 3 at the Finland Rally. The Toyota driver was in fine form, finishing the penultimate day with a 16.4 second advantage over Citroen's Esa-Pekka Lappi. Less fortunate was Tanak's teammate Jari-Matti Latvala. The 34-year-old, who led after day 2, suffered a puncture, dropping down to 3rd. Bora Hansgrohe's Pascal Ackermann continued his fantastic season with victory on stage 1 of the Tour of Poland. The German, who won the points jersey at the Giro d'Italia earlier this year, dominated the sprint, beating 2-time Tour de France stage winner Fernando Gaviria to cross the line first. With that, the 25-year-old will start Sunday's stage wearing the leader's jersey. Byung-Hun An maintains his position at the top of the Wyndham Championship leaderboard after day 3. The South Korean carded another bogey-free round of 66. Webb Simpson is tied for second, just 1 shot back on 16 under. The American carded a 65, including this birdie on the 13th. Also on 16 under sits Bryce Garnett, who keeps his options of a title alive. Action concludes later today. Hinako Shibuno's Dream LPGA debut continued today as she fired a 5 under 67 to seize a 2-shot lead heading into the final round at the Women's British Open. 20-year-old Shibuno hit 6 birdies in the final 9 holes to move to 14 under. Overnight leader Ashley Buhai started with a 3-shot lead but stumbled with 3 bogeys in 5 holes to drop down to second. Caster Semenya has attended a women's race in South African capital Pretoria just days after being barred from defending her 800-meter title at the upcoming World Championships in Doha. A law change in May meant athletes with differences in sexual development would have to take testosterone-reducing medication to compete in events ranging from 400 meters to a mile.
The message is very simple. If you got a body, you're an athlete.
Yes, I like that.
And it's very simple. You just set up your goals. I always say it doesn't matter how you start. What matters is how you finish. So we all here to finish the race. I know in everything we have a winner, but in this competition we don't have losers. You are all winners. You must just go enjoy yourself.
The Swiss Federal Supreme Court had suspended the ruling but reversed their decision on Wednesday.